from your childhood until adulthood, that when you realized, I want to be an artist?
Well, according to my mother, I always drew since I was able to hold a pencil. And I was one of 6 children, and she said I was the quietest. She'd just give me a piece of paper and a pencil, and I was quiet for hours. I didn't realize that I was an artist until maybe like I was in 3rd grade, and we were drawing a map of the United States in class, and the teacher was going around, and she stopped and she said, "Oh my, we have an artist in the class." And I was like, and she was standing behind me.
Your teacher was kind of an inspiration, that she pushed you even more, and that you liked that she saw you already as an artist?
Yeah, I guess that was the first time that I realized that I was an artist, because every child draws when they're young, and I just never stopped. I didn't think that everyone could be an artist. I thought artists were, other people. So when she called me an artist, that was like an awakening.
There are many steps. This is a long way. So how does it went on until today to become the artist you are today?
Well, I guess, I just had a passion for art, so I always followed that path. And I went from grammar school, then I went to a high school that was for art, and then I went on to college to study art. And when I got out of college, I started doing children's books, and then I went on to work for the American Museum of Natural History in New York City.
The art you create today was very colorful, that like what the pop art you're doing with the comic figures and with very happy motives. Was it always your way to express yourself?
I absolutely started in a different way. This wasn't the road I was planning on taking. I was, like I said, worked at the American Museum of Natural History, and since I was very young, I always tried to draw as well as I can. So I always was into detail. And then at the museum, I drew very realistic fossils and dinosaurs. And then I always loved the way small children draw. Like if you ask any small child to draw, they'll draw no matter what the end result is going to look like. And they draw with a pure heart, and they're not concerned about what the end result is going to be or what anyone else thinks. And then we get to a certain age where I don't know if we realize ourselves, or people start to tell us things have to look and be a certain way. And then some people say, no, I can't draw anymore. And I was trying to get back to in myself that pure heart, to draw with the pure heart of a child, and that's where this work was born.
What is the message you want to give?
The best compliment that I've always gotten from people when they see my art is that it makes them smile. And I think if you can do that in life, that's a great thing. So I've done my job if I can make people smile, and I kind of am attracted and I draw what I love. I'm happy that I see that it comes and people can see what I'm feeling and they are touched by it also, and that makes me happy.
Do you have a concept when you stand in front of the blank papers?
I usually start I have a little sketchbook that I keep, and I do my original drawings are about this big, and I had to play a little trick on myself. To be able to draw freely, I wouldn't let anyone see my sketchbook.
Yeah.
So it would allow me to draw with the heart of a child. So now I go back and I look at all those, and then I pick out one that I think would make a good painting. And sometimes I don't know where they come from, and that's where I start.
What meaning does the different figures have that you always repeat in your pictures? For example, you have this dog that always comes up in many of your pictures. Is there a special meaning behind that one?
Oh, I love dogs. It's kind of a generic Ed Heck dog, and his name is Max.
Yeah.
I love drawing animals because we can express human emotions through them, and I guess it's a little easier to touch people with an emotion that's not attached to a person.
Yeah. How does it start the cooperation with Aida?
I have a German publisher, and then Aida came and found me and brought me on board. My first trip, I absolutely loved it, and I've been coming back ever since. And it's a great source of inspiration, all the different places you get to visit. And as you saw on the screen before, I do some exclusive images for Aida. including we just did a new Norway print.
Does it mean for you to be on the water? Because you just said it's a special inspiration. Are you a water person?
I always loved the water. I always loved the ocean. When I first got the contract to come on Aida, I was never on a cruise ship before.
Really, as an American?
Yes, I
Okay.
wasn't opposed to it, but I never thought about going on a cruise ship. And I was just hoping that I wasn't a person who was seasick.
Yeah.
And so far, if I don't watch the water when it gets a little rough, I'm fine.
A personal thing. You are from New York City?
Yes.
City, of course, that's important.
Yeah, Brooklyn, New York.
The city that never sleeps.
Yes, and it's true.
Also, how is living in New York? Are you born and raised
Yes,
there?
I was born in Brooklyn, New York. I'm still there. I love New York City. Like you said, it's a city that never sleeps, and it doesn't. And everything is there. Every museum, every kind of art, entertainment. So there's always something to do, and it's very inspiring.
I heard that you have other passions and that there was like little race between becoming an artist in the way you're doing right now or going in the music direction.
Yeah, well, I always had an interest in music and art. And growing up, I didn't know if I wanted to be a starving musician or a starving artist.
Of course,
But I guess art was a little bit stronger, but I still find myself working with people in music. Actually, my lovely girl, Kimmyschwimmy, is a musician, songwriter, and we've been working together for many years with her characters and stuff. And we had the pleasure of meeting you today out on the streets.
Yes.
And you met our puppet of Max, my dog,
Yeah.
and his friend Popcorn. So, and we do children's books and music with that, so it all comes together.
What kind of music? What is your preferred form of music?
In music, I'm pretty eclectic. I like everything from Mozart to Metallica.
Any idols?
I do tend to lean towards heavy metal and stuff, and actually, like in high school, I was in a Kiss cover band. So Kiss was one of my most favorite bands.
I would love to see that. Eine Kiss Coverband. Und richtig mit Make-up, full Make-up and everything.
Yeah, I was Gene Simmons with the and fire.
What are your plans for the future?
I like to keep my future ambitions open because, like standing here on a stage, on a ship, in the ocean, in Norway, I could have not imagined this. So I just want to keep doing more, and I let the universe bring the next surprise to me.
Beautiful picture zu our guest, meine Lieben. Einmal, ist das nicht toll?
And that's for you, a little piece of Norway.
Oh, thank you. And you will have a lot of time to talk with our guest because I will be together with your crazy wife. And my heart will go on. And I'm very, very happy that you have been my guest for the day. Meine Lieben, ich will euch mal einen riesigen Applaus tun.
Max here. So, Mr. Heck, how did your interview go?
It was great. I love the host. Danny was great. I had fun, and I'm looking forward to doing it again.
Great.
I saw you in the gallery and stand up again. Can I may I touch you behind?
Oh!
Was it this one? I know your wife is sitting here in the front row, but
It's okay.
Touch her later. Okay, that's perfect. Fine.
I heard you mention 50 Shades of Grey. I was already
I just.
Oh my goodness. I love dogs. I love dogs.
What happens in Norway stays in Norway.
Yeah.